Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is a beautiful morning. I hope it feels like that inside of you. Doesn't matter what the weather's like. It's Jeffrey Paul again with an inspiration. Hey, it was a fun morning yesterday. I hope a lot of you got a giggle as I did out of it. My wife gave me her production notes that, Jeff, did you realize that you weren't on camera when you were setting your camera up live on Facebook yesterday? And yes, I found that out, and I got a chuckle out of it. So if you can't laugh at yourself, you're watching the wrong program. But listen, today I want to address something that is really sometimes very sensitive, and it can teeter-totter you over the edge. It's when you're not appreciated. I want to know, have you ever felt unappreciated, unrecognized, unrewarded, even as simple as a thank you, so as simple as anything? And the bigger that you have given, the bigger that you have poured yourself out, the bigger that you've gone the extra mile, the bigger that you have done it without even people seeing you, there are so many times that when you get a little weak and you really forget the why of what you and how you're doing what you're doing, it hurts, doesn't it? You're unappreciated. Not a thank you, not a nod, not even a smile of appreciation. Well, I'll tell you what, I have that happen from time to time, and it really happened to me yesterday. And I want to share real life stories with you always of how inspiration takes you from the pit of the ashes into the actual beauty of the phoenix, as I learned about just recently. And I want to share with you about unappreciation because when that hits your heart, you know, the Proverbs 4 says that your heart is the wellspring of life. When unappreciation, like a dart, like an arrow, pierces that, it really hurts you, and it really makes almost like a balloon. It deflates you to where you don't want to do anything, and you all of a sudden start processing these thoughts that just come out of the, the woodwork. They come out of the closets, and the thoughts and the even revenge starts popping in your head, especially if you're Italian. But the reality of that, I want to share you what happened. As I went through yesterday, and it doesn't matter episode or person, but when I felt a unappreciation, a real loss of sight of what had been done, what had been given, offered, and all the things that took place, and the unappreciation, in fact, the kind of the abuse was sent forth, I went home a little dejected. Yes, I get there just like you. This is just real life TV. And I got home and, went through my evening, tried to buffer it, go through the process of taking captive my thoughts. But this morning, before this Facebook Live, this took place. And you know how often I tell you how important your journal is. I read a couple of things, and then I started to just journal and give my feelings of unappreciation. And what came to me was this, and I want to share this with you because it came right from the Spirit, and it lifted me right out of the feeling and put me right back on top. And that's where I want you to be, on top. So when you're hurt, when you're not appreciated, when things don't go your way, when people ignore you, whatever happens that deflates your balloon, even for a little while or longer, because I don't want that to happen, but when it happens, this is what you have to remember. This is the meditation that will give you the strength to rebuild your base, will give you the helium back in your balloon, and you'll soar again on wings of eagles. And here's what it said in my spiritual time this morning. And I just want you to hear this from the still quiet voice within. I see, Jeffrey, and know what you do. Every single thing. I will reward you with much more than you could ever ask or imagine. Know that there is no place that you go, nothing you do, nowhere that I am not seeing and knowing and being with you. I appreciate you. And no matter what appreciation comes from others, and it does, the appreciation from God within you will reignite, refill, rebuild your life. It's so important. A friend of mine that's on right now, Brent, his very, very close friend, lost her job like bang, after so many years of working. Bang, just lost it. Deflated, immediately deflated. Can you imagine? But the reality of being appreciated, and I know Brent did that for her. He appreciated, he showed her that appreciation, But if she goes in, as I shared with her yesterday on Facebook comments, when God closes one door, he opens another. That's the new understanding of appreciation, I believe. It's not what people say. You know, Jesus walked this earth and didn't get a whole lot of appreciation from a whole lot of people, including the 10 lepers that he healed. And he said, when the one came back to say thank you, hey, weren't there 10? What happened to the other 9? But kept on going and kept on loving. To give you the example for today, when you feel unappreciated, when you feel that you're not recognized, when you feel ignored, when you feel like you're pushed aside for somebody else, know the one who is above all things, the one that created you and made you beautiful and wonderful, is watching everything when you're walking, when you're sleeping, when you're climbing, when you're digging, when you're sitting, whenever you're doing anything. He's watching every situation, not only from the outside, but he's seeing the inside of the intent, the feeling, the emotion. And he appreciates you more than you will ever, ever imagine, and rewards you for that appreciation. But if you get farther away from knowing that, you start to feel all kinds of other feelings that rob and steal and kill and destroy the very thing that the one who appreciates you is wanting to pour out into your life. So instead of being hurt, instead of taking offense, instead of going and pouting, because I did a little bit of that yesterday, but instead of getting angry, trying to get back, instead of doing all that stuff that only robs you, come back and listen to that still quiet voice say to you, I appreciate you. I love you. You are precious and wonderful, and I am going to pour out to you because I see what you do. I know what you do, and I know why you do it. So today, if you have any inkling of unappreciation, if you have any, or if you want to be a vehicle of this message, appreciate somebody today. Show them appreciation, even for the little things. So often we miss them. We're so busy. Let's stop being busy for a minute and appreciate ourselves, appreciate others, and have a beautiful day. I'm Jeffrey Paul. Share this, continue to go forth and really be inspired with each and every day the remembrance of God is with you. He'll never leave you or forsake you. And he is really appreciating everything you do. Have a beautiful day. See you tomorrow for the longer version of a deeper workshop, a deeper study. Hope you're all with us. Bring your pencils and papers. Don't come and listen and not listen and write so that you can remember. Have a beautiful day.